Hello, collective. Welcome to this another music channeling. Please take where it resonates. You guys, this song is close to you. I got this song. I want to say today, but I might post this much later on. But today is on the 28th of March. Okay, and let's just dive into your message. I channeled, aside from the song as well, something about losing an ancestor. So this person could have lost somebody, like a relative, or you could lost a relative has passed away. Okay. Number two, something about a sister's involvement. Okay. I don't know if you're the sister, if it's this person's sister. And obviously this person wants to be close to you, or you want to be close to them. So there is some distance here, okay? A sister could be involved. Somebody also lost a relative. I don't know if you met this person when you were grieving or when they were grieving. I don't know if your sister plays a part in this or their sister, okay? But a sister is involved in this reading, okay? Now, based off the lyrics, you're watching for a feminine. Or we're going to do like a masculine feminine situation here. And obviously please take where it resonates. I'm a little tired, okay, because the day I'm doing this reading is when I do multiples. So I'm a little tired. I'm gonna do this, okay? So you guys could be 25 years of age. You could be born on the 7th September, okay? When is that? Zodiac sign, I think that is Virgo. You can Virgo female, Virgo male. Okay. Based on the song, I feel like the reality of it all is you are not with this person. You could have a crush on them, or they have a crush on you, or a sister have a crush on this person, okay? So based on the lyrics, literally, I'm reading the lyrics, okay? Close to you. I don't see a single problem with being provocative. See the bodies, how they burn is just the way it is. Smoky, dark, crowded room. I need nothing. Okay, under the pink light in June, so something might take place in June, or this happened last June, and in June that's relevant, okay? I was cool, but all of a sudden you saw the look at me, I burned for you, and you don't even know my name. If you ask me to, I'll give you everything. So again, based on the lyrics, you could have met this person in passing. I hope not. That is like your sister's boyfriend and you guys were traveling or out and about. You met this person, all of a sudden you're in love. Or this is what happened in terms of how your sister came across your person or a sister, okay? There's no sis in this reading here because the sister part is very specific for somebody, okay? Let's see, I'm just gonna read the headlights. To be close to you, pull the trigger on the gun I give you when we met. I want to be close to you, break my heart and start a fire. You got me overnight. Okay, so you guys could have hooked up overnight, or the sister did. Okay. And now your mouth is moving, cinematic timing. Just let me be. You should be mine for life. I'll be singing. Every dotted line, chemical override, ultraviolet. So again, it makes me feel like whatever you guys had wasn't deep, or it could have been, but it was very brief, or the sister had something brief with somebody that you know, or you dealt with, okay? I think that's all the highlighted parts of the reading, the song. So 2018 could be relevant, 2017, Somebody saying could be Gracie. Somebody could be from Toronto. June 4th could be relevant. June 7th, 2024. May 31st could be relevant. I want to do like a zodiac sign. So I think on June, if I'm not mistaken, actually let me look it up. June. I'm also channeling February 3rd is relevant. So, but before we do that, Gemini is for June. Okay, so that's anyone that has Gemini placement. Okay. So in terms of June 3rd, sorry, February 3rd, but June 3rd could also be relevant. February 3rd. Somebody could be an Aquarius, but I feel like that one is more so specific of what took place on February 3rd, less than the zodiac sign, okay? Like I say, channeled message comes above regular stuff or card-based clarification. That's just my readings, okay? I don't know about the others, okay? But yeah, oh yeah, and somebody saying could be Gracie because the artist's name is Gracie. So there we go. Now, this feels quite iffy because if you're gonna base things off the lyrics, I feel like you're dealing with somebody else's person, okay? Or your sister is dealing with your person. I'm gonna be 1000%. Like either you have somebody's person, and if it just briefly, like if it's not like a gets hooked up, that overnight situation, it is that you have a crush on your sister's person. I'm gonna be one based on the lyrics, okay? Or your sister have a crush on your person, okay? Now, and yeah, you could also be watching for a feminine. The ancestors, or just like relatives that cross over, something about that is also very significant. I am filming during the full moon in Aries, so there might also be like a side message. I have done other readings prior. I'm not sure if it resonates, okay? But if it does, check out the new moon in Aries readings, okay? Okay, there we go. So like I was saying, on the 28th of March, whatever change that took place now is that there's going to be some sort of information about some sort of betrayal, or some sort of, yeah, pretty much. I don't have to elaborate. There's going to be information about some sort of betrayal, okay? It has to do with the Five of Spades. And when I get tired, my memory is at an all-time low. So let's check my notes. It has to do with the Five of Spades. It has to do with some sort of storm, okay? It has to do with protection. It has to do with God, angels. It has to do with shadow work, okay? So somebody didn't protect somebody. Somebody didn't use protection. Ancestors. I didn't mention ancestors like passed away as well. So it also has to do with some sort of stupidity. So whatever was manipulated, the betrayal, it could be God stepping in relation to a storm, aka a tower moment, somebody's dark side, okay? Or some sort of stupidity that somebody did. As an example, your sister hooking up with your freaking boyfriend or girlfriend, okay? As an example, whatever the case may be, there's going to be information about this that will be cleared to you or this person you're thinking of, okay? Because I'm also tuning into, again, based on the lyrics, I know it feels a bit, this is something that your person could go through right now, whereas like they're trying to get themselves out of the equation so you guys can be free, right? There's something else I'm tuning into, but I don't want to go that route. So we're going to be, I'm trying to keep it a little bit PG, okay? But something is very weird with a sister. If it's, I don't know, but I will say this for some of you guys, it's not a sis. It's not a blood relative sister. It's like somebody you consider as a sister, or the soulmate you consider that person as a sister. Okay, but there's gonna be clarity that you will know. Okay, if it's not clarity for you, it's clear for them. But I do feel like it's clarity for you, collective. Okay. I'm also tuning into, please don't be upset. So whatever you are going to hear, it might upset you or them. Okay. Going back to the past, ancestor or relative, maybe somebody is like, I needed to be close to your soulmate, collective, because they lost somebody, this sister, right? So they found comfort in your soulmate, and one thing led to another. Physically, again, based on the lyrics, or now they have developed a crush on your person because they lost a relative. For some of you guys, that might be some weird stuff with blood relatives. Okay, that's the thing I didn't want to tap into. But yeah, it feels borderline weird. But like, again, I'm gonna try to keep it PG. Let's neutralize this. If you're watching for feminine, their feelings for you, okay, collective. The overall message is that they want to be close to you, okay? They have feelings. So if they have feelings, they want to act upon this feeling. Yeah, they want to be close to you because they're developing feelings. They're in their feelings for you. As the card says. There we go. Okay? They feel like it's worth exploring. Heavy on the Gemini or Gemini placements. Sag placement could also be relevant. I'm channeling. If you're watching for a masculine, the energy towards you, I'm tuning into something is notorious. Okay? So this masculine, they feel this. Some of them do, not all. So half and half, I guess. The thing is this, with this card, I feel like it's giving more of this. Let me show you guys. Like obsessed, you know? It doesn't feel karmic or toxic. Okay. So some of them are like a little bit addicted to you. That's how they feel. There's another card in here as well, but I can't find it. So half of them, collective, what they're feeling for you is this a little obsession. This, okay, it could be a little bit possessive, a little bit obsessive, okay, not all of them, okay. Now, disclaimer, if they are yucky and the codependency but is very clear, cut that shit off from your life because we ain't got time for it during this energy, and not in 2025, okay. Because some of them could develop this. If we go back to my channel messages, for instance, if they lost somebody, yes, you might have a connection, you might have hooked up, there might be like a chemistry there, but they might be like, okay, I want collective to take care of me because I lost somebody, okay, and now the entire life is you, but everything else in their life is like will not be functional. If collective is not there, be aware of that, okay, because that could be also for somebody in the background. I am channeling that. What else? Same thing with the weird sister situation where it's like they broke up with somebody, or something weird went on in that energy, and now they found you, and it's like, let me be codependent on collective. You know what I'm like, I don't know if it's relevant, but I feel like, hold up. You know, there's some, like, there is this, it's giving Freudian type of relationship. But if this is like blood relative based, like, I don't know if you guys heard about I used to take psychology back in the day, okay? We never finished, but I did, okay? There's this Freudian relationship that Sigmund Freud kind of like researched, based low-key on his own life, that he had with his own mother, right? And I feel like the term mama's boy came from that, this weird ancestral connection. Now, biology based is because of the closeness that the child have with the mother, but over time it kind of feels like they're morphing the mother into the woman of their life, even into adulthood. So if they're gonna pick somebody, they have to be similar to their mom. You know, one example is if they never get married because their ideal woman is their mom, right? In characteristics, sometimes in looks. I don't want to throw any shade, but like that whole thing where people are like, I don't understand. This is in reference to, I don't want to link this to the celebrity, but there's a lot of people. It's like, I don't understand why Leo DiCaprio is not getting married. Like, he's always with people that are like, when they hit 25, he don't want to deal with them, right? And he always says that he has to find somebody exactly like his mom, and if his mom is not satisfied, he can't continue the relationship. Now, a lot of people think that no, he just like to date younger people, but I feel like that has a huge impact, okay? Probably there's some trauma, there's some other stuff going on, you know? But in general, I feel like, again, based on this, if you deal with a masculine, they could have this thing where it's like, if they lose somebody, they see collective, you guys, you know, mesh, hook up. All of a sudden, they want you to become their mom, right? And I don't know. A normal relevance. I'm trying to find like another example or analogy, but I remember in my younger days, there were two dates that told me that we're talking about types, and everybody had types and preference, but the two of the people I've dated from different cultures, they said something where it's like, and I quote, I don't know if it was like to not offend me or anything, because they could have said that my type is this and that and, you know, whatever. And I just think it's not like we were getting married, me and this dates, when I was dating them. But at two different occasions, one of them was like, of course you're gonna go with what you're familiar with. And I was like, it makes sense. And then two different people, two different cultures, they were like, the first person, both of them said this years apart when I was dating these people. As in, like, I dated one person 2018, so 3 years later, I dated a different person and say the exact same thing, okay? And they're like, yeah, obviously I have different, taste and so on, but I usually go for the people that are similar to my mom. They didn't say, like, I don't think it was, I don't know, guys, but it's something of that nature. They didn't say I prefer black girls or Latinas or Caucasian girls, white girls, right, or Asian girls. They were literally like, um, I prefer females that are like my mom. Not even like what my mom like, you know, or what even they like. Because again, like these wasn't dates where it's like I said, it wasn't. And they could have lied, So something of this nature is very much like iffy, and it is this Freudian weird relationship they have with their mother. Is like I'm just remembering that now. So I don't know. This could be relevant. They could be like, you could be like, what's your type, right? And they're not. They're gonna say the same thing. I want somebody that's like my mom, and they don't really necessarily act like mama's boys, right? I mean, actually no, not in the way like that's like very stereotypical, but the way they said that, because I dated somebody that was Caucasian, and then the next one was African. So I'm thinking, or one black, one white, because I don't really have a type like that, but like, I just thought it was very interesting, right? And it was like years apart, and they said the same exact thing. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's relevant for some of you guys to make sure that like they won't latch on to you based on a weird relationship they have with their mom or even their sister. And like, because I'm also tuning into, they could have a really close relationship with their sis, or their sis have with them. And, a lot of people was like, why are you guys so close? And then they find you and they're like, I need somebody to be like my sister instead of their mom. Like, I don't know. There are also some people I feel like to be like, the reason why they're with such and such is because they remind them so much of their own family. It is a good thing in a way, but if it's like, you just like my sister and there's weird energy, I don't know how to explain, but hopefully this makes sense. There are certain people that have a weird relationship with their fam, and then because that's why there's always like family feuds and family drama. Like the mom would be like, they don't like collective, or even their sister could be like, I don't like collective for you. I think I have another pop culture reference. What's their name? Oh my god. Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. There's this like situation going on that I don't know, but like I saw on my newsfeed, Instagram, because I'm there 24/7/8 if it's not YouTube, but that the Timothy wants to propose to Kylie, and there's this thing now where his sister is like, I don't want you to be with Kylie because she's not a good fit. And maybe this has a weird relationship. She's like, she goes on and speak in defense of her brother, like he needs to date somebody like the family, or almost even like her. I know it sounds weird to say, because if there wasn't a sis in the title, she was like, they're not a good fit, they have nothing in common, and I'm thinking here, like, from the look of it, he really, like, if a man is ready to propose to you and get a freaking ring, like, I don't think they're just doing it to do it, right? And why does the sis need to speak up when a man has already made a decision? I don't know. Like, there's some weird family dynamics. So I know it's, you know what, this reading it's too much already. Just be aware of that, collective. But let's do, this is like for the masculine. Some might have a weird Freudian relationship with you guys, okay? Obviously, if that doesn't make sense, please don't take it. Anything else that's like relevant for the collective. There might be a tarot moment as well. So we got this one here in reverse. So this tarot moment might lead up to breakup. So it could be like they're with somebody like their sister, or they need to put boundaries with their sis or this sister. Like, you know, you can't really interfere with my relationship with collective, okay? Because they're very much like, you know, have a lot of opinions of your relationship. Or you could be the sis that need to end things with this person. I don't feel like you're the sis as in a friend or the sis as in blood relative. I really hope not. Said nah. I really hope not. But yeah, there's somebody, there's gonna be a tarot moment for somebody, you, them, or the sister, about information, but also about separation. So somebody's gonna put their feet down. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a whole oh my god moment. Okay. And going back to what I said about Timothy and Kylie, I feel like that could be relevant, like the difference. I do believe that he's a Capricorn and she's a Leo, so that could also be relevant here. But yeah, whoever's supposed to be is supposed to have this loving, united, peaceful relationship, okay? About somebody's family, or sister, or this crossed over person is creating a lot of havoc in the connection, okay? What else? So yeah, okay. I mean, you guys could also be interracial, okay? Don't have to be. Since I mentioned my own little, you know, life experience. But yeah, okay, collective. I think that's it. I know you guys were like, oh my god, that took forever and a day. Valid, okay? Any obstacles that are relevant for your collective? Listen, there needs to be healing. If you don't heal, it's gonna be creating more tarot moments. I don't remember what I said, but something about don't be upset or something, or don't be angry, because something will get revealed, and it's gonna create a tarot moment. I feel like somebody's gonna be a little bit upset to keep the distance for a while, and then things are gonna, you guys are gonna move past it, okay? Because it's very shocking, okay? Things are gonna be better though, okay, collective? Something about San Diego, San Francisco. Locations. That could be relevant. I feel like somebody is going to take a risk, or this is a risk in terms of like changing something that's been a norm, okay? And this is not easy, but they're willing to take the chance, the risk, okay? Ultimately, if everything goes the way it should go, there is this for you and this person, or for them and somebody else. I know it sounds very controversial because I don't know who is the cis in here, as in cis in blood relative or cis as a friend. If you're not the cis as a friend or cis as in blood relative, you guys will have this, okay? But if you are the cis or the cis as in friend or cis as in blood relative, you will not have this, and it's gonna be him or it's somebody else. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Listen, I know like this is a general reading, and I know my messages are pretty neutral, but listen, I'm not gonna sit here like I'm not tuning into what I'm tuning into. Okay. Because we're not gonna sit here like my messages are love and light and peace, and there's no drama, and everybody seems to have a very good upbringing and love and light, and everything is stable. No. Okay, if that was the thing, I don't think you'd be watching these insights. I mean, maybe some of you guys, maybe you're just here for the good stuff, but I know some of you guys has been through some weird stuff. This is one of those moments, okay? The weird stuff, okay? So, first, middle, last initials, I think you can view them properly to some degree, okay? Something about Arizona or Aristotle's. Maybe somebody is a philosopher or like philosophy. Something about hibiscus tea could also be relevant. Maybe you need to drink more of that, or somebody needs to. Okay. Yeah. Somebody saying could be Annie, could be from Tuscany, Tucson, Tunisia, Cameroon, Brixton, Australia, New Zealand, US, Seattle, San Francisco, Nepal, Bangladesh, everywhere. These are just like the places that I'm tuning in for you guys. Tokyo, okay, Santa Monica, Norway, Ukraine, Russia, Canada. I did mention Toronto though, based on the artist. I'm pretty sure. Okay. But yeah, collective, I know this was a lot. Obviously, again, as always, if it resonate, then thank you for watching. And if not, thank you for watching nonetheless. And I'll see you in the next reading.